Hello everybody, hello from this beautiful park here in Haifa, Israel, where I'm sitting and contemplating a question that I would like to ask you, which is, how do you define a challenge? What does the word challenge mean to you? The reason I'm asking this is because I'm going through a process of redefining this for myself. And why is that important? Well, so far I see that I've had this intuitive sense of challenge as something that is related to an external circumstance I'm facing, like I'm having a problem or an opportunity in my career or in my personal life that I need to resolve somehow. And so the attention has been directed outwards when it comes to what a challenge is. Whereas right now I'm starting to realize that a much more powerful way for me to define it is as an invitation to widen up my definition of who I am, or of a core concept like love, relationship, conflict, pain, career. Why is that important? Well, basically, if I define it as something that is external, that is out of me, then it becomes a question of like putting out that fire that is outside and then encountering it again and again. It doesn't necessarily mean that I have to resolve something inside of me. I can just deal with resolving it outside. Whereas if I take it as an opportunity to look towards myself, it can be an amazing space of growth, as we've heard about, like challenges being an opportunity for growth. I believe that this is when they become an opportunity for growth, when we look inside and see, how do I use this as a way to widen up? And why do I use the word widen up? Well, I believe that, a core job of our normal consciousness, of our ego, is to try to put things into boxes. So it's basically, this is the box for love, this is the box for success, this is the box for who I am and what I stand for in this world. And it's basically, challenges are just an invitation of, oh, this box you've been using so far, like it doesn't make any sense anymore, so you have to merge it with some other boxes or something like this. So you have to refile up your system. You have to redo your system of how you break things down. So if I look back to any kind of breakthrough moment in my life, I can see that it has this pattern of something that I used to understand as this all of a sudden becomes this, So it can be, for example, a thing like love. It used to be, for me, just something I experience with the person that's close to me. Whereas right now, it has a much wider definition. For me, it includes, it's a state of being that I can direct towards myself or towards anything that is within my field of presence right now. And that's a much wider sense of what love is. And it has helped me immensely in terms of like not attaching and not creating neediness and conflict in my close relationships. So therefore, I believe that whenever we face a challenge, there's two steps that we can go through that can be very empowering. The first one is saying, okay, so what is a core thing that is being challenged right now in my inner world? Like, is it me? Is it my definition of something important to me? And the second one is recognizing that in order to resolve that challenge, you need to expose yourself to stuff that don't make sense in your current frame of being. So for me, this has been very much related to work with, for example, outer wilderness, just going out in nature by myself as a way to zoom out and see, oh my God, there's this wide world outside, and perceive that like on a subconscious level, go out of this boxed urban environment in which I normally spend my day and in which everything is about boxes. Like, just go out and see, oh, there's this world. And in nature, it's not necessarily about boxes, but it's not a mental process. It's just something that just relaxes in myself as I expose myself to that wilderness, that allows me to widen up my perspective. A second approach I've been using has been about shamanic journeying, which exposes me to my inner wilderness, to that part of me that doesn't necessarily make sense. It's imagination, it's dreams, it's just that language of the subconscious that speaks in images and symbols that does not make sense to to the rational mind that allows it to break things down. So for example, right now I have this challenge of shifting my own identity, and I have understood this by going into a shamanic journey and seeing myself there as covered with black liquid, like all over me, and eating a star. And because I ate this star, like I had this realization that there's cracks appearing in this layer that I'm covered with, like, which basically stands for my social conditioning and rigidity in a way. So it's about realizing that this layer is about to fall off, and I can facilitate that now, knowing it and going consciously towards it. And then there is the third option that I've been using, which is based on my coaching work, which is a little bit more structured, and it involves looking at the stories that I'm telling myself and choosing how to switch those. So this has been my question for you guys today, and I'm looking forward to hearing what does a challenge mean to you. Love you guys. Have an amazing day.